and action. Filming for the 10-part series Tony Robinson's Tour of Duty saw more than 100 people take part in the opening and closing sequences. The show, which will air on the History Channel next year, sees people bringing along wartime memorabilia and retelling family war stories. And Robinson says he never really knows what to expect at this part of the filming.
Do you know, virtually everything that turns up is a surprise. I'm probably a bit of a cliched response, but it's genuinely true. For instance, we found a letter that had been sent home by a bloke in Gallipoli who'd run out of paper. So what he did, he got this tiny little bit of wood and he wrote on one side of the wood, and then on the other side of the wood he sort of turned it into a postcard. He just put the address and the letters OAS, meaning on active service, which meant he didn't have to pay for the stamp. And it came all the way back here to Maori Hill, just down the road. It's got the franked stamps on it. The post office obviously accepted. And virtually all he says is, "I'm having a good time, but could you send me some paper?"
Robinson says he finds it remarkable people still have World War I stories to share, and his series aims to make them become the possession of the community once they're told on film.
They're on the record now, and I'm dead pleased about that. I think that, yes, of course, essentially you're just making a television programme, but if you're doing something which is also contributing to the heritage of the place you go to, I think that makes the whole thing worthwhile.
Sawyers Bay woman Beverly Abernethy was there to share the story of her uncle, Alexander Swati Aiken. He was a famous mathematician, poet and musician who was given a violin that he took to Gallipoli, running off the landing craft onto the beach there. The violin never travelled back to New Zealand with Swati, but it did eventually come home via some Australian soldiers. But it's the story of him playing one song that sticks out most for his niece.
And I think my most wonderful story is him playing humoresque to the men in the trenches after a hard day in battle. And it was December and winter was coming and it was Christmas was coming, and instead of playing humoresque, he played the first Noel. And that brings a lump to my throat, and I think that's very poignant.
And there were many poignant stories shared along with all kinds of trinkets and wartime memorabilia. And those stories will be seen by an international audience when Tony Robinson's Tour of Duty, a 100-year commemoration of those who fought for their country, goes to air. D. Karen, 39 Dunedin News.